Cristiano Ronaldo. Just saying his name feels heavy. It echoes through stadiums, shakes defenders, and freezes goalkeepers in place. For nearly 2 decades, he has been the final boss of football, a man who doesn't just score goals, but rewrites expectations. Now, imagine this question. What happens when the most lethal finisher in football history faces something that doesn't feel fear, doesn't blink, and doesn't hesitate? What happens when Cristiano Ronaldo takes a shot and the goalkeeper isn't human? This story doesn't start in a lab. It doesn't start with motors or code. It starts inside the most iconic football stadium on Earth. 90,000 people, lights blazing, the pitch glowing green, Wembley Stadium. This wasn't a simulation. This wasn't a YouTube set. This was real football on the biggest stage imaginable. I had been invited to play in the Sidemen charity match, surrounded by creators, athletes, and legends of the game. The roar of the crowd wasn't background noise. It was physical. You could feel it in your chest. I lined up as a left back, heart racing, hands shaking. This was the kind of moment kids dream about when they first kick a ball in the backyard. And then it happened. A penalty. The ball sat still, 90,000 eyes locked on one point. I ran up, struck it, and scored. For a split second, time stopped. That goal didn't matter on the scoreboard, but it changed something inside me forever. Because once you taste that feeling, you can't untaste it. On the flight home, one thought wouldn't leave my head. What if I missed my real calling? I had played soccer my whole life, since I was 5.
But somewhere along the way, I chose a different path. Engineering, science, building things. But standing on that pitch made me wonder, what if I could still compete at the highest level? Now, realistically, I knew the truth. I wasn't naturally gifted, I wasn't fast, I wasn't graceful. But there was one thing I had always relied on when my body came up short. My brain. And that's when the idea began to form. If you're going to attempt the impossible, you don't start alone. You start with a legend. Landon Donovan, the greatest American soccer player of all time. I asked him one simple question. What would it actually take to go pro? His answer wasn't inspirational. It was brutal. 2 training sessions a day, gym work every day, calf raises, yoga, Pilates, psychologists, no sugar, no treats, perfect mobility, perfect recovery. By the time he finished, my dream career had already ended. And that's when I realized something important. Plan A was dead. So it was time for Plan B. If I couldn't beat Cristiano Ronaldo as a striker, what if I could stop him? Not with reflexes, not with instincts, but with engineering. To do that, I had to understand the problem. Ronaldo can strike a ball at nearly 80 miles per hour. That means the ball reaches the goal line in about 250 milliseconds. In that time, a goalkeeper would need to move over 12 feet, accelerate instantly, and stop just as fast. That's faster than the human nervous system can react, which means a human goalkeeper doesn't stand a chance, but a machine, maybe. The first challenge wasn't strength, it was vision. We needed to see the ball immediately, not after the kick, but almost as it was leaving the foot. So we built a tracking system using high-speed infrared cameras, 12 of them. They didn't see players, they didn't see the background. They saw only one thing, the ball. By placing reflective markers on the ball and blasting the scene with infrared light, the cameras could isolate it instantly. Using complex math, we could calculate the ball's position in 3D.
Space down to the millimeter, 500 times per second. Within 6 milliseconds, the robot would know where the ball was going, before the crowd could even react. Testing the system wasn't glamorous. It hurt. Hard kicks, missed blocks, bruised hands, blood. But the data was clear. The system worked. We could predict the ball's trajectory accurately enough to intercept it.
So now it was time to move something heavy, very fast. The robot needed to move faster than any human ever could. So we used two massive motors, 50 horsepower each, attached to a belt system that could whip the goalkeeper across the goal mouth at over 40 miles per hour. The margin for error? Less than the width of a human hair. When it worked, it felt unreal. When it failed, it exploded. But slowly, save by save, the impossible started to look possible. Before facing Ronaldo, the robot had to survive reality. College players, power kickers, internet legends. Some shots were blocked effortlessly. Others exposed weaknesses, accuracy issues, structural failures, broken parts. Each failure became a lesson. We reinforced the body using carbon fiber and aerospace foam, lightweight yet incredibly strong. We doubled the cameras, boosted motor power, rebuilt weak joints. Cristiano Ronaldo walked onto the field, calm, confident, focused. I made the bet. 3 shots, 5 million subscribers. He smiled. The first kick was terrifying. The robot moved and blocked it. Ronaldo adjusted. Shot after shot, power, finesse, deception. The robot answered every time, even when it hurt itself doing so. Ronaldo wasn't angry. He was curious, testing, analyzing, learning, because that's what the greatest do. In the end, this wasn't about beating Cristiano Ronaldo. It was about proving something deeper, that human creativity can stand toe-to-toe with human greatness, that engineering isn't cold, it's emotional, that dreams don't always look like we imagine, but they still matter. Standing there, watching Ronaldo smile at a machine that could stop him, I realized something. Sometimes you don't need to become the hero on the field. Sometimes you build something that challenges one, and that is its own kind of victory.